Good afternoon, folks. Um, Sorry, I'm boomering this. This is a one-shot run. Um, I want to talk to you folks about some of the drama going on, and there's a lot of it. Um, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to call anybody on the carpet, but we, you know, we see this. We just had a video come out, you know, slagging on another YouTube tuber, and that's, people have their opinions. Well, here we are. We are Hang on a second. I'm going to send you guys this. Looks like a couple of you are watching. Uh, so hang on. I'm such a boomer. I'll learn this. I'm going to be trying to sit down with people and figure this out. Um, well, shoot. All right. Fired it off to Twitter. If I'm not careful, I'm going to sneeze my head off. Well, god damn it. I can't even boomer up. I've got to boomer all this up. Excuse me. My nose is running. Ah. Now, we've already got enough drama. I mean, there's so much drama. I mean, like it says, we got Kick Vic, we've got, you know, a lot of stuff. I mean, it's unfortunate, but we're supposed to be a community, right? And here we are. We are standing on Main Street, yelling and screaming at our neighbors. We're calling them out. We're calling them all kinds of horrendous things you wouldn't say to a person's face because they might just lay you out. And hey, I'm sorry that is. But at this point, I'm not going to be able to change that. What I do hope to change is maybe I can dial it back a little bit. We got a whole bunch of people that want to, follow the group, and there's nothing wrong in following a group. But you and I, we're still going to have to be individuals at the end of the day. I'm not going to tie my reputation to a whole group. Just like that whole group may not want to tie their whole reputation to me or to you. So let's step back a minute. Um, and let's just take a moment and be real. Uh, because frankly, uh, you know, it's unfortunate. As I'm waiting for this. I can't even see live chat for goodness sake. Um, but no. Uh, you got people doing some really screwed up things, and it's not that they're doing it. Hey noob, that noob next door. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm boomering this. Um, Thanks for joining. I'm look. If you're involved in Comics Gate or in just independent creator, right? Um, you know, that's these that's people I want to talk to. Individuals. I don't want to talk to somebody who's hung up on one side or the other. I want to deal with an individual. I don't want somebody waving the flag for Comics Gate or War Campaign or whatever. Wave the flag for yourself. Somebody hashes on you as an individual. Great. Stand your ground and show me that they're wrong. I'll give you that. But we got this idea that just because somebody's allied with one outfit or another, oh, we need to burn their lives down. We need to just make them look just horrible, or do gatekeeping, the very thing that we were trying to get away from. Um, not to slag on anybody, but I'm not going to work with everybody. I'm going to coexist with everybody, but I'm not going to go to everybody and ask them to work on my comic with me. I'm not going to ask these artists or inkers or writers. You know, I don't need all of them. Do you? Um, and that's where the conversation needs to go. I'm invested with a handful of people. Um, some of them might align with one outfit or the other, and that's unfortunate. But I don't have to buy into that, and I don't think you do either. The the effort to organize, I think Pixel Trader. I apologize, that was my antivirus. I Pixel Trader is doing it the right way. Um, Pixel Trader isn't bringing anything that I would say, uh, divide the community. If anything, um, we need to treat this like a farmer's market. You know what? We all got bringing some kind of different produce to the table, right? Um, but let's go take a look, okay? Indicron, okay? Indicron, okay? Now I want you guys to pay attention to you know what? Everybody says, "Oh, I care about who I share the dinner table with." Well, you know, I don't believe that. Not in the least. Okay, let's sit down and let's look. Okay, as is already, I'm going through and I see a wide range of comics. Okay, now, do I know each and every one of those creators? Nope. Guess what? That's not the best. That's not the worst thing in the world. Because guess what? I don't have to know the individual to read the story. If I don't like the story, well, I don't have to get it. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, is what I'm getting at. Guess what? If I were to say I, and I'm not, uh, I as the melting pot, I'm prejudiced against white people. I'm not. I hate everybody equally. I don't trust easily. You want me to work with you, and I want to work with you. Then let's let's work together. I don't have to trust you with my life. I don't have to trust you with my kids. Now, I do have to trust you with my intellectual property. But guess what? I've got I've got things to back that up. I can say that's mine, not yours. Just like I have to protect my money. Well, you say you're going to do a job for X dollars. I expect that job. You don't do that, fine. That's a whole nother ballgame. But I don't have to put all people in that same category. Because guess what? I'm not going to go to EVS and say, hey, I want you to write my story. I couldn't afford him even if he would. But that assumes he says yes. He doesn't have to work for me, just like you don't have to work for me. But, okay, we can't. Because guess what? We haven't bought into the drama. Okay, you buy into that, you're tying you buy into that game. Do not buy into that game. As I was taught a long time ago, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Because the reality is, the things you're hearing are out of context. 99% of the time, it's the fact. It's, okay, until you put yourself in the position to deal with that person, how are you going to judge that? You wouldn't want somebody judging you like that, right? So let's put the hashtags down a minute and deal with individuals. That's all I'm asking. Step away, be real people. Be real to yourself. Okay? If somebody supposedly being a white supremacist, well, I'm going to tell you, there are lots of people involved in this. Okay? You can call them white supremacists all you want. But until you know me, until you know the other people, you might want to dial that back a little bit, because here's the deal. I am the result of the melting pot. My family is the result of the melting pot. Okay? I know that there are many individuals from many walks of life that are independent creators. Okay? Who might have allied with one group or another. Do not alienate them. Because you just did to them what you think the other guy did. This is why it's called prejudice. Okay? All these words that come out. Nazi, fascist. You know what? It doesn't matter at the end of the day, because it's all prejudice. Step up, step in my shoes, step to my face and say that. Look at my life and say that. Look at where I live. Because you know what? We all rub elbows with somebody. And if we're what you say we are, well, guess what? We wouldn't have the friends or the associations we have. So, with that said, dial it back just a little bit. Just a little bit. And deal with individuals. You know, I always say, don't be a hashtag. Because you'll be numbered, you'll be hashed, you'll be pounded. And God forbid you tie your boat to somebody you wouldn't actually want to share a foxhole with in real life. This is where developing trust is your best tool for individuals. Um, and it's unfortunately there are people out there that unfortunately I don't think I would trust. But that's my problem. Okay. I think we got enough problems without standing on Main Street and shaking our fingers at each other with blindfolds on. All we can hear are voices and text. We don't see the people on the other side. And, you know, I'm not trying to shame you. I'm not trying to shame anybody else. But if the food shits, wear it. Um, and I'll leave it at that. we, we got enough problems. We got creator artists and writers in our own community who are having rough times. Legitimately life altering rough times. Some of them are between jobs and they'd just like to have a burger in their belly. Maybe you need to go look for those folks, or you got artists that they're going through they're having pinch pennies. Not saying none of us aren't there, but I'll guarantee there's some of us that are better off than others. I help where I can. I don't expect you to help, but you know, uh, at the very least, be careful about who you kick down when they aren't looking. There are great people. I don't think anybody's a bad person in Comicsgate or War Campaign. I think they're misguided. I think that they are. Um, I think there's some anger, but um, we've gotten to a point where we can't see the forest for the trees, and um, it's almost impassable right now. And we need to figure out how to navigate this because the fact is, um, it's very difficult for me to watch this. Um, because there's people out here that want to go over and stir the pot uh, with 4-month old video. There's people who want to paint a face on the groups, and yes, I'm sure there are groups out there that have had conversations that you or I might find distasteful as another part of a group. But if you don't tie your opinion, your reputation to the group, you can at least say, you know what, um, I'll take your information for what it is, but I don't have to buy in. Like I said, EVS doesn't have to do the job for me. Um, uh, you don't have, you don't have to work for me. I don't have to work for you, and that that changes a lot of the conversation. That really does. Because guess what? If you say something about me, right, and somebody else hears it, now they have two choices. They can either listen to you or find out on their own or ignore it. Actually, they got three. They can just move on with their life and they have nothing invested in me. If they ignore what you say, right, they're not going to treat me any different than what you did say. Because the fact is, if they had no reason to trust you, they had no reason to trust me in the first place, well, I'm still stuck at having to prove I'm more trusting. Okay? This back and forth of oh, this guy's against you or this guy's against us, or just stop. Just stop. Okay? Um don't buy into it. Your reputation as a creator you cannot carry that, because if you start down that path, by the time it's all said and done, there's no one that you're willing to work with. No one, because you can't trust anybody. You're not going to be able to look over and see the individual over there and you've already got this wall up going, he screwed so and so over, or whatever. You know what this is? I don't know how many of you watch Animal Farm. Remember the two-legged versus the four-legged? Comic Gate is Animal Farm, unfortunately. Well, you know how that ended. Um, but I've said my piece. Think for yourself. That's all I ask. Um, Grow your own opinion, build your own trust, and don't buy the hype. With that, I'm going to say good day.